A protest has taken place in Sunderland City Centre over proposed spending cuts by the City Council. One of those attending the protest was Southwick councillor Rosalind Copeland.
I'm protesting today against the coalition government's uneven and nasty way they are cutting all our services, they're cutting the money to us, and we are having to implement their cuts. I'm against it, but I have to go along with my Labour Party, and we are trying our best in Sunderland to give people a decent service, but we've had about £160 million taken from us, and we're having to run this town on practically next to nothing.
Other members of Sunderland's People's Assembly who organised the protest gave their views.
Things like the fire services, libraries, etc., they're not luxuries, they are essential services which are being cut. That's why we're here, just to show to people that it's, if not going, it's gone, hence the coffins. And if they refuse to make the cuts, it would educate people as to why they're not making the cuts, and then people, might start thinking about why these things are happening. It's ideological, it's not economic. As Cameron himself said, when the rich Conservative voting areas down south were flooded, money is no object. We're a rich country.
From the impact itself is to get the information out there about what is being cut, how much is being cut by, to say that there are people out there willing to resist these kinds of cuts. The aim of it today, we are under no illusions that these cuts will go through today, but we need the public of Sunderland to see that at least someone opposes it.
After spending around an hour at Park Lane, the protesters marched to the Civic Centre where they attended the council's budget meeting.
And what the Conservatives and the Liberals are doing is actually trying to kill us off, because we have the food banks, and now more and more people, thousands are going to food banks. People are getting in arrears with their rent, with their mortgage, with their council tax. They are killing us, and people just can't afford to live. And the cuts are coming again and again. We'll have more cuts in another year's time, and this government just wants to see public services done away with. They do not like the public sector. What they would prefer is to have everything in the hands of private entrepreneurs and their own cronies. And what's happening in this city is happening across the whole of the country, and we are having to do their bidding with a gun to our heads, our hands tied behind our back, and I only hope people will realise this is done, not that we want to do it. We are forced to make these budgets, because if we don't set a budget, we will be dismissed. Someone will be coming in to run this council. The chief executive will then have to ask somebody to do it, and then we won't have any control. So I would say to the people out there, I am all for my Labour Party, I'm all for the Sunderland Labour group, but it's the Conservatives and the Liberals that is actually making us do these cuts.
John Wales reporting for SR News.